Hey everybody, welcome back to Pure Joy Paper Crafts. I have a super quick, little tiny miniature haul today to share with you. Just from a little tiny trip that I did with a girlfriend here a couple weeks ago that I want to share with you because I went back to my favorite craft store in the whole entire world, and I just want to promote this little tiny small business because it is a scrapbook store and we know we have very few of them. So let's go ahead and get started and dive into the tiny haul that I did over at Whimzees in Beaverton in Oregon. So if you've been around for a little while, you saw that I did a massive Crafty haul a couple years ago when I took a trip across the Pacific Northwest and did a whole bunch of Crafty stores, and I found this little tiny store called Whimzees in Beaverton, Oregon, and I fell in love. Well, a girlfriend and I went on a trip a couple weeks ago and went to a concert. We were super close to Beaverton, and so I was like, we have got to go to my favorite craft store in the whole entire world. And so I picked up a couple of things. I was in there. We were in there for like an hour or so. Absolutely love them. They're one of the very few craft stores that's left on just like standing as far as like scrapbooking stores that we have. You guys know it's hard. Tons of stuff that we can find, online and order, but as far as like physical scrapbooking stores, and there's lots of them like on the west side, but I live in Eastern Washington and we have like nothing as far as like small businesses for scrapbooking stores. We have, the big commercial chains like Hobby Lobby and Michael's and all that stuff, but as far as like standing scrapbooking stores, we have nothing. So it's very exciting when we get to do those things. But guys, look what I found. If you guys have been around, you know that Photoplay went out of business. I have a huge stash of these folios from Photoplay, and I found one of these in Whimzees, so I had to pick this up so I can add it to my stash of when eventually I will build all of these. So this is one of the few little things that I picked up. I was like, look what I found. So I had to, also my girlfriend that I took with me to this concert, and I drug her into Whimzees. She's new to like paper crafting. She knows about paper crafting, but she literally has like 2 bins. She's more of like a Cricut vinyl girl and like does fabric. So I'm breaking her into all of this stuff. She was just like mind blown by everything that I know and what I'm doing, and I'm slowly breaking her into all of this. So she was just like, what are you even talking about right now? But yeah, found this, super stoked about this. And then I didn't pick up much, guys. I've told you this is a mini haul. I found just a couple pieces of like vellum that I was like, this is fun. This will work with anything. So this is from the Evergreen and Holly, Vicky Boughton, however she pronounces this, like gorgeous gold metallic vellum that I was like, this will work with anything that I have. And I picked up 3 of these. So I was like, I'll throw it in my stash, but I can literally use this with anything that I want to, any project. It's like, it'll work with any Christmas that I've got. But I dug through, if you've ever been in Whimzees, bins of just like loose sheets. And I dug through them all to find this kind of stuff. So 3 of these. Found more vellum. So again, this is another Vicky Boughton Warm Wishes. This is just more Christmas stars page here. This is champagne gold printed on vellum. Again, just something I figured I could use with whatever. Picked up 2 of these. But yeah, I just was like, this will work for anything I want and can mix and match. And then this was another page that I was like, I cannot walk away from this. So this is Crepe Paper Busy Sidewalks, and this is just one foil page that, again, I was like, I cannot walk away from this. It's just absolutely gorgeous. You can't really tell, it feels super thick, but because it's a foil on acetate, like this is going to be, when I take this out, it's going to be, there's a white page underneath this, it's going to be see-through. It's an acetate page, but absolutely gorgeous. It'll make like a fun like shaker or something, but I picked up just 2 of those. So like I said, super quick, easy haul. I did not get lost in there. Something like I love about Whimzees is they have tons and tons of hard to find paper. So they had Lots of, oh shoot, what went out of business that they have tons of? I can't think of what it is right now. I could go look through my stash and I could tell you off the top of my head if I went and looked. They had tons of a brand that I knew that I had grabbed a bunch of a couple years ago when I was there, and they still had tons of it left, but nothing that I felt like I had to have. Lots of Echo Park, Simple Stories, Graphic 45, all things that I already have in my stash since I've been building. I was like, I do not need to buy any more of what I already have. I'm very much in my trying to use it up mind frame. And I was like, I do not need to buy more. I was very humbled a couple weeks ago trying to put some paper away, and I couldn't get it in my bins, guys. So I was trying to like slow my roll and just like calm down a little bit and not walk out of there with a bunch of paper that I knew I either A, already had, B, did not need room for, or did not have the room for, and was like, what is something that it's really hard to find that I can't find anymore, that like, while like still supporting small business. So that was kind of my mindset when I went in there. So anyways, small haul, if you're ever in the Oregon area, West Side, looking for just like something fun to go do, go support Whimzees. That are a great little small business. They're amazing. They also offer classes, and they would super support the small business. So thanks for tuning in to my little tiny haul, and I will see you guys in the next crafty video.